So everybody saw this coming. Going to do a review on my mini logo deck.
I'm Captain Obvious.
This one's 775. This is what I've been riding. Definitely 775. Perfect. 13.8 wheelbase. Let's see. Tail's coming in at 6.5, and I think the nose is like, let's see. Yeah, it's like 6 5/8 on the nose. So this thing's awesome. I want to say it's under 31. It's like 30.8 or something. So it's definitely a smaller board than most people would ride. I was hurt for about almost a year, hurt my Achilles. When I started skating again, when I felt better, I was like, man, I need something easier. Most of my skating was done on a board this size, so I decided to go back to a smaller board. Actually, I would have ridden a smaller board than this, late 90s, early 2000s. I was probably on 762. So this is 775. It'll work. This was brought to me by my friend Benson, told me that these are the best flat boards, and he sent me one from his personal stash, and I haven't turned back since, man. This board's a game changer. All right, so after skating this too, so I just want to see where my kicks are. So it's tails at 18.4, and let's zero out the nose. All right, the nose is at 18. All right, so they are a little steeper in the tail than the nose, well under the 20-degree mark that I go anything under I'm pretty good with. So these are perfect. And the measurements were a little steeper on this. So from skating it, it's worn down, flattened out a little bit. Still has pop. I could still totally skate this. Just, I have a stack of them. So I'm going to treat myself. So I filmed some tricks. Actually, I filmed a lot of stuff because I've been riding this majority of these videos I make. But I went out and I filmed some flat ground again, and I can kind of give my perspective on it. I'm still trying to get used to the Thunders completely, still messing with adjusting the tightness on them, but those feel good on certain tricks, and then some tricks it's not as good, or I'm just not as used to it. But some of the tricks I can, no problems with. Hard flips and frontside flips were super easy with the Thunders, which kind of blew my mind, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'll get into skate a little flat ground, and then I'll get back into this and how to pick the perfect one of these if this is how you want to go. I think that was the first time since I've been doing this YouTube stuff I had somebody staring at me thinking I was crazy. That sucks. I feel like an asshole now. But I guess, no pain, no gain, as they say. So yeah, no tops, no bottoms. Cool thing, another positive. You can get them with just an all black graphic and this little thing here. So even if you're like, shit's lame, I don't like mini logo. Cool, you don't have to like mini logo. You can take a sticker, cover it up. You can not cover it up. Don't even have to spray paint these things. I've had so many boards because of what I want to ride that I've had to spray paint. This saves me time. And like I said, Mike's cool. So I leave them out now. It's like you can't even see it. And you can always put some other stickers that you want on there to spruce it up, give it a little street cred. The boards are great. And they seem to last too. Like I've been riding these about a month each. I go about 3-4 weeks on them. Probably going to set up a new one just because I have a bunch, and I do want to see how a mellower one is with these trucks. So that's the only thing. If you go to a shop, and I'll show you how to pick them out. We're going to go do that after this. But definitely, if you want super flat, definitely pick through a couple of them, and depending what you like, because you might like mellow boards, but not as flat as I'd like them. So, you know, you'll have possibly 3 different ones. So if you can go to a shop that has them, rifle through them, stack them up. I'll show you how to do that. All right, so now we're hyped. We found our boards. We know we love these mini logo boards. So how do we figure out which one we want to get the next time, or why did I like the one I have now? As you can see, so that's 4 of these in a row. They're all the same shape, all the same number, kicks, everything on paper is the same. But as you can see, this top one here that I've been skating, you see this gap here. And this means that these kicks are mellower, so they're hitting here and they're hitting here lower, which is why it floats like this. So if you like the flatter ones, like somebody might want a little more kick in theirs. Okay, so when you put them in a stack, and you know, this is kind of funny because you can see this one, the top one that I just skated, definitely the flattest of the bunch. But the one underneath it is flatter than this one, but it's still not as flat as this one. So you can, this is how I would do it, and this is how I pick what boards are, you know, where in the stack. So I would take any of the ones that float like this, and then I would put those on top of each other and then pick from there. All right, so as you can see now, I flipped them. And you can see that this one, they meet. That's, you can see some of the grip tape. That's not it floating, the black, that's the grip tape. So you can see the bottom one is mellower. So again, got an all black one. That was Benson's. That was too steep for him. He wanted me to swap out one. All right. Put this one on. Shits and giggles. And you can see this one too. It just kind of lines up. All right. All right. And this is the one that I set up to skate next. I started to. I got sick of the natural tops, so I was trying to figure out, you know, a way to spice it up a little. This is the from what Mitch was telling me, Anthony Travilli inspired, with the stickers on the top of the board through. So at least it's something that'll have a little bit of color to see. All right, and as I can tell, this one still, it's not. So I was already riding the flattest one. This is, and it flattened out a little over time. So this is going to be, take a little adjustment probably to get to it. But again, that's how I would also pick out the mellowest one to ride if I had, you know, all of these, and I was at a shop to pick them out. But the boards are awesome. It's a 10 out of 10. I'm going to say 9 out of 10. I'm going to take that back. If they had dyed veneers, would just put these over the top. And if you ride an 8, you know, they have a whole bunch of different sizes, and they're super cheap. And again, I don't know if the discount code still works. I'll put it up if it does. DeadAir25 at skate1.com. But yeah, awesome boards. My favorite. Again, dyed top would make it that much better, and I heard that's in the works. They're still killing off COVID backstock, which is insane that they have this much. So I'll keep everybody in tune with that. What I guess I can also do is we'll just see what the specs are on this one. 18 point. Okay, so that's at 18 also. Cool. So this one is about the same. And I think tail on the other one, if I recall, was 18.4. This one on the tail. Interesting. Tail is a little mellower on this one. So that should be interesting. My ollies are going to be fun on this. But cool. So yeah, so you can see though, they vary where they are in the stack. Mini Logo presses 3 boards. I probably should have said that. They press 3 boards at a time. So you're going to have a flatter one, your quote unquote normal one, and then one that's a tad steeper again. They're all so mellow, I don't think it would matter. It'd probably almost be better to go to the steeper end. Get used to that at least, you know, a little better ollie ability, but cool. Oh, so this might be the last of the reviews for a while. Hopefully get back to the podcast and the other stuff too, you know, kind of throw a little bit of everything in there. But again, the mini logo boards, 9.5 out of 10. Get the dyed tops on there and it's a 10.5 out of 10.